What is Five Eyes allies? Which countries are there in the allies?
How this surge in nuclear families has impacted the economy of India?
You see, India is one of the largest producers of milk, yet now India is importing milk. Why is this happening?
So why Green Revolution started in Punjab?
So what is your stand on the cracker ban?
May I come in, sir?
Yes, come in.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
ma'am. Good afternoon.
Please be seated.
Thank you, sir.
Please give a brief introduction about yourself.
So my name is Gourav Uppal. I belong to Kapurthala, Punjab. I have done my schooling till 12th standard from Kapurthala itself. Post my schooling, I went on to graduate from Delhi Technological University in mechanical engineering. So during my college, I got a chance to represent my college in USA. So post my college, I worked for 1 year as an analyst in IQVIA. After that, I started preparing for civil services examinations. And since last year, I have been working with Intelligence Bureau.
What is your role in the IB?
So I am currently posted in Maharashtra, so where in Latur, where the thrust area involves generating actionable intelligence inputs on certain organization of interest regarding law and order, regarding social issues, which can lead to security situations.
How do you find your job there?
So very interesting.
Interesting. And why you want to switch over to the civil services?
Actually, I started preparing for civil service examination, and in the meanwhile, like to have financial independence and to explore the world of intelligence, I joined Intelligence Bureau, and I simultaneously kept preparing for civil services examination.
Gaurav, as you must be aware, of late there has been a deterioration in diplomatic relationship between India and Canada.
Yes, sir.
According to you, what could have been the reasons for such a state of affairs?
So I believe that India-Canada relations, the Canada Prime Minister's statement in its parliament, so was more of because of the domestic politics involved. The Canadian Prime Minister did not give any proof for any allegation, and just to appease the local population, so he made certain statements. So that's why India strongly opposed such comments.
What is Five Eyes allies? Which countries are there in the allies?
So Five Eyes intelligence was formed by Western countries. I'm not aware of the year, sir, but this involves countries like US, UK, Australia, New Zealand, and Canada, sir.
Why this voice for a separate Khalistan has been reappearing again? Not in India, but in the foreign soil?
I believe there are certain factors for it. So firstly, there are certain diaspora currently which is involved is solely demanding this on the base of certain literature or certain radicalization which has been done. The secondly is the role of other enemies of the Indian state, such as Pakistan's ISI role is being said to fuel it. So thirdly, there were some population that take refuge in 1980s, sir. So that is some base in UK and Canada that is repeatedly raising such demand, while in India no such demand is being raised, sir.
Okay. You must have been watching the performance of the state government in Punjab.
Yes, sir.
How do you react to this freebies culture? Free bus ride, free electricity and all. How do you react to that? And how does it impact the state's revenue?
So while I believe that the government should undertake certain schemes for welfare of sections such as free bus ride for women, because that is equally important for them to come and join the labor force and to be independent. So on the similar lines, sir, I believe that there needs to be some financial prudence involved in such schemes. For example, free electricity to farmers that started in 1997 in Punjab. The sum involved was only 697 crore, but now that has been that has risen to 20,000 crores. So that prudence need to be taken. So because Punjab is reeling under heavy debt, because the debt to state GDP ratio is 50%, sir, now.
Exactly.
So I think there needs to be a balance maintained.
So what could be your specific suggestions to the state government?
So firstly, I believe that raising the revenue is one of the key areas, and to curtail the revenue deficit by raising revenue from excise, excise and taxation, and ramping up GST, state collection. So that is one of the things. Secondly, again, the consolidation of revenue expenditure. And thirdly, I believe capex needs to be enhanced so that infrastructure development is there, sir.
Okay, one last question from my side. Punjab had witnessed green revolution.
Yes, sir.
Why the country is not having another green revolution now?
So because the country, we face certain, although we face many positive aspects, we also face certain challenges with respect to green revolution. So now we are moving forward with evergreen revolution, where, for example, recently climate resilient wheat crops seeds were given to farmers, and 60% of the wheat crop that was sown last year was climate resilient. So we are moving towards evergreen revolution, sir, now.
Okay, thank you.
Gaurav,
Yes, ma'am.
your option is anthropology, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So, tell me that how the changing demography of India, right, largely if we see in urban areas, how this surge in nuclear families has impacted the economy of India?
Ma'am, there has been a rise in nuclear families in urban areas primarily because of the high cost of living, first of all. And so I believe that there are certain aspects to it. One positive aspect, that it has led to the people coming out from rural areas, settling in urban areas, nuclear families, that they are contributing to the economy of the country. Like, urban areas provide more opportunities. So one is that aspect, positive for the economy. But while there is also a downside to it, like there has been neglect of the elderlies, so which has led to heavy expenditure on their health. So that again decreases the savings. So that has a negative impact on the economy, ma'am.
So, this nuclear family is more viable for growing economy, or the joint family system is more viable, specifically in the context of India?
I believe that this depends on the family to family. While certain joint families, like several business groups, have thrived personally as well as contributed a lot to India being in joint family.
Okay.
Well, sometimes nuclear family is also important to come out, like for farming communities which have very less land. So they need to come out to urban areas, live in a certain setup so that they can contribute to the economy.
Okay. This development-induced displacement, how it has impacted the indigenous communities, and if it has adversely affected them, so shall we stop developing, or shall we stop any kind of developmental projects?
Certainly, ma'am, development-induced displacement is there, especially that has led to displacement of indigenous tribes. For example, certain dams or certain mining activities that have been done. So, but ma'am, I believe that development is the need of the hour, and there needs to be a development that is considerate of the needs of the indigenous as well. We need to strike a balance. Like there has been a report by a committee, R.K. Roy Burman committee. So he advised that in every project, like tribal should be involved to have a package. And there was also a policy, national rehabilitation policy in 2007, which stated that tribals should be, when displaced, they should be set up in an area which is very similar to the ones they were living in.
Is it possible to create such area?
While it is difficult, ma'am, I believe a similar habitat can be found because India is a diverse country. So with proper care, and proper in economic compensation is given to them, and all the considerations are taken, it is possible, ma'am. So we need to strike a balance.
Okay. What is your take on One Nation, One Election? Who is heading the committee, the recent formed committee?
The recent formed committee is headed by former President Shri Ramnath Kovind ji, and the committee is yet to ascertain, give a report on it. I believe that there are both positive as well as negative aspects to it. While the One Nation, One Election, or simultaneous election as it's called, will lead to less reduced expenditure, reduced security movement, as well as less politically charged environment throughout year after year.
So will it somewhere impact the grassroots level of participation?
If I take an example of like certain states also go to elections with the Lok Sabha, like 4 to 5 states go to elections with Lok Sabha. So there has been no trend that has been observed in these states. Like people have voted separately for like different parties in both these elections. So I believe that there needs to be studies regarding it, so that before we come to any conclusion, ma'am.
Okay, my last question to you, Gaurav. Why there is so much charm for Punjabi songs? Is it related with language or is it related with the rhythm?
I believe that there are certain factors to it. First of all is, ma'am, that obviously the rhythm, the music, that is very upbeat.
Okay.
So even if one does not understand the lyrics, one tends to dance on it. Second, ma'am, I believe is the popularity that has been given to it by the Western diaspora, Punjabi diaspora, as well as the Bollywood, ma'am. So that has led to more popularity to it.
Okay, thank you, Gaurav.
Okay, but I have observed this trend that Punjabi songs would either talk about cars, materialistic achievements, or women, and that too objectify them. Don't you think it will have a bad impact on our society?
Yes, ma'am, indeed. These songs objectify weapons, cars, and women.
It has led to some serious repercussions also in the past.
Ma'am, yes, some repercussions have been seen, like increase in gangs and organized crime nexus related to it, ma'am. So recently, ma'am, the Punjab police and Punjab government has come up with the strong regulations for it. Like there will be censorship if some song violates this thing, ma'am. But also we need to see that, ma'am, there needs to be awareness among the society also, ma'am. Like the singers, sometimes they come out in the interviews and they say that if we sing some meaningful song, that does not get trending.
Can you draw any parallel between hip hop culture and this rising Punjabi song culture? Since it's your hobby.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, I believe that there is a like mixing of both these cultures. Like the pop music is getting mixed in the Punjabi
Okay,
songs.
let's talk about dairy farming. Your father is into dairy farming. You see, India is one of the largest producers of milk. Yet now India is importing milk. Why is this happening?
Ma'am, I believe that there were certain reports that we were importing powdered milk, but the government has said that has negated all these comments and said that we are not importing milk, ma'am, because although we have a very huge production, and as per my knowledge, ma'am, I don't think so we are importing.
Okay. Tell me biggest challenges that dairy farming industry in India is facing. We need yet another milk revolution. What are the challenges?
And while we have solved the supply side problem, like we have around 220 million tons of production, we are the largest milk producer. And there are certain problems in the regional disparities as well as the retailing of that milk, and to all the segments equally, to all the sections of the population. So that there are challenges to it, ma'am. First of all, because of the lack of infrastructure such as cold storage, chilling infrastructure, that is one of the challenges. Second is, ma'am, the regional disparity. Like some of the states are producing high, while the other states have low milk production. So that needs to be solved, ma'am. Third is, ma'am, the rising costs of fodder and etc. The rising diseases in cattle. So these are the emerging challenges which needs to be tackled, ma'am.
Talking about the drug issue in Punjab, we see that a lot of women are also going towards it, and they are, booked under drug trafficking. Why is that happening?
Ma'am, as per a report, there are 3 primary reasons for it. First is, ma'am, that when police gets any tip, when they raid the house, the men run away while leaving the contraband behind. So that's why women get booked, because women are there in the house. Second is, ma'am, the drug peddlers are also drug users. So obviously they die prematurely because of the effects of it. So women, because of economic compulsions, get into this trade. And third is the most glaring trend that has been observed, that women are also being drug consumers. So to regularly consume the drug to have that money, so they get indulged in.
Okay, my last question to you would be, what makes you angry?
And when I am not able to perform as per my expectations, I get angry with myself, ma'am.
Okay.
Hi, Gaurav.
Hello, sir.
You are from Kapurthala, right?
Yes, sir.
Kapurthala is known for its wonderful buildings.
Yes, sir.
Can you tell me a few of those buildings?
So one was my school itself, sir. It was LSE Palace. It was the palace for the Queen,
Yeah.
at that time, sir. It was a formerly princely state. So one is that, sir. One is Jagajit Club, which is the local district club
And
there.
what kind of architecture is it?
Sir, this architecture was constructed by, sir, the Jagjit Singh, Maharaja Jagjit Singh in 1920, sir, because he was fascinated by the architecture of Paris, like the French architecture. So he tried to replicate that. So that's why Kapurthala is also sometimes called Paris of Punjab.
Right. Punjab is also known for Green Revolution, right? So why Green Revolution started in Punjab?
So the Green Revolution started in Punjab, Haryana and Western UP because of certain factors. One was the wheat crop was chosen firstly to increase the production of wheat crop in India. So this place had a conducive climate for the growth of wheat crop, as it is good enough cold in winters. So one of the reasons was that. Second was the prosperity that was already existing. The irrigation systems were already existing here because the British constructed several canals. So that was one of the reasons that government opted for these states initially. And third was that the land reforms had some success initially in these areas. So these three, sir, I can recall right now the reasons for Green Revolution.
And what are some of the adverse impacts of Green Revolution, especially on Punjab?
Yes, so there are manifold negative impacts of Green Revolution. First is the lowering water table because of growing of certain water guzzling crops. Second is the air pollution issue that is now one of that has recently been added to the wars. Third is the social issues, like the drug problem is also said to be, because one of the causes said to be Green Revolution. Because of the surplus income, mechanization, the youth was rendered jobless and free with money in hand. So that led to drug problems.
Any connection between the low sex ratio of Punjab and Green Revolution?
So certainly some linkage can be drawn to it, sir, because again, the farming communities don't want to give dowry and spend on girls' weddings. So they did female feticide. That is one of the causes for low sex ratio, sir.
Right. Acha, Gaurav, you are a mechanical engineer, right?
Yes.
What is difference in the fundamental design as far as the earlier automobiles and these e-vehicles? Is there any major shift in design of the two?
Yes, sir. The major difference, first of all, lies in the powertrain design of the vehicle. In the earlier IC engine run vehicle, there is an engine and there is a transmission system.
Right.
And further, the power is transmitted from the transmission system via axles or universal joints to the wheels. So while in EVs, there is an electric motor that generates power. So the engine is replaced by the motor, and transmission system also needs to be changed as per the dimensions and specifications, while the other transmission system remains same.
Right. And you have also got some, I think you have participated in some US based design competition, right? How green this actually e-vehicles are? Are they really green vehicles, or is there any shortcomings related to their being a green vehicle?
While their greenliness lies in that they have very less emissions, but it is also said that they are just replacing the source of emissions from one point to another, like the electricity itself comes from the thermal power plants as of now. So sir, I believe that in the coming times, as India and other world is moving towards renewable energy, so this limitation will also be solved, sir.
Right. And the last question from my end is, Gaurav, you are also working in IB.
Yes.
There are certain allegations that all these attacks which are happening in Kashmir, sporadic attacks, there is some failure of intelligence. So how far you convinced with this idea, and what should be done if there is at all these kind of situations?
While the attacks in Kashmir posed a very severe challenge to the intelligence community and law and order situation, because sir, these were very sporadic attacks. There was no organization that was involved. Like, these were the hybrid militants who come from the civilian population and then they merged with it, sir. So, but I believe in the past few months, we have been able to tackle them to an extent. The casualties have been reduced. So we ramped up our efforts to find generate actionable intelligence inputs to find such men, sir.
Yes. Thank you.
So Gaurav, as a student of anthropology, can you tell me what is mutation?
Yes, sir. So mutation, basically a gene mutation is, there are two types of mutation. One is point mutation and one is the chromosomal mutation. So point mutation or gene mutation refers to the change in the composition in the DNA, sir. So like for example, one amino acid, when it changes the HBA gene to HBS.
Can you enlist certain advantages of mutations?
Yes, sir. Certain, although very rare, mutations are mostly harmful to humans, but so certainly there are advantages. So they offer a natural selection. So, for example, there was one study that humans in Africa are developing resistance to the cobras, the venom of cobra. So that was because of mutation.
Okay. What are green crackers?
The green crackers are set green because they tend to cause less emissions, less pollution, and the raw material they use is said to be less harmful to the environment.
Okay, so there has been an ongoing debate as far as the pollution from the cracker bursting is concerned and the vehicular pollution is concerned.
Yes.
So what is your stand on the cracker ban that is often imposed across the country and across specific areas?
So I believe that when a Supreme Court does cracker ban or even the state governments tend to post cracker bans, so I believe that is a step in the right direction for the health of humans. Like for some moment of enjoyment, we cause so much emissions, so we can avoid that, sir.
Okay. So being a mechanical engineering graduate, can you tell me how many laws of thermodynamics are there?
Yes, sir. So there are said to be 3 laws of thermodynamics, while there is also a 0th law of thermodynamics.
Okay. Can you tell me what is the 0th law of thermodynamics?
I'm not able to recall right.
Not a problem. So moving forward, can you tell me what is agroforestry?
Yes, sir. The agroforestry is a type of sustainable agriculture that is being promoted, where in the farming land, while certain crops are also grown, while there are certain trees that are also grown alongside the boundaries of the farmlands.
So are these trees also contribute to the commercial aspect of the farming?
Yes, sir. They offer certain varieties of trees are there, like shisham and others, and safeda it is called in Punjab, that
Okay.
contributes to the timber sales.
Have you heard about the National Agroforestry Policy?
No, sir, I'm not aware of it, sir.
Not a problem. Tell me, what is India's stand on the ongoing Israel-Palestine conflict?
So India has unequivocally condemned the Hamas terrorist attacks, sir. So while we gave a leeway to Israel to successfully neutralize the terrorists, so now when civilian casualties are being there, so India has supported the UN resolution that has called for humanitarian ceasefire immediately, sir.
So following this, the last question from my side will be, what is the two-state solution that has been prescribed to resolve this Israel-Palestine conflict?
So the two-state solution, a resolution was passed in 1948 in UN General Assembly that involved forming 2 states of Israel and Palestine, where Palestinian state will include East Jerusalem, West Bank and Gaza territory, while rest of the territories will be of Israel, sir.
Just to conclude, is India supporting the two-state solution?
Yes, sir, India is fully committed to two-state solution. However, there has been a minor change. Like now we don't talk about Jerusalem, East Jerusalem, while on overall we are fully committed to two-state solutions.
Okay, thank you, Gaurav.
Thank you, sir.
You see, you have seen 2 cases in the past in our country. One is a Nirbhaya case, as we all know, where the guilty person was convicted after years. And then there is another case of Hyderabad, if you recollect, where a person who raped a girl was encountered. Now my question to you is, which one of the methodology you will follow and why?
So the methodology followed in the Nirbhaya case was, sir, I will follow that, sir, because sir, it was perfectly in line with the rule of law. And as a police person or as a part of administration, the constitution values the rule of law has to be followed anyhow. We, the police persons or no other administration person has the right to give instant justice, sir. So Delhi method should be followed, sir.
Don't you think that justice delayed is justice denied?
So certainly in India, the huge pendency of cases leads to delay in justice. But sir, I believe that justice delivered any time as per rule of law should be the case, sir.
You compose, you recite Punjabi folk couplets also.
Yes, sir.
Could you recite one such couplet which is which can reflect your creativity or your ingenuity?
Yes, sir. So this one is on the female feticide. To give social message on female feticide, it goes like this: आरी 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 कलयुग दा जमाना आ गया होगी खेड न्यारी जमना मरना हथ दाते दे लोकी चुक्की फिरन कटारी डॉक्टर कहंदा स्कैनिंग दसदी डॉक्टर कहंदा स्कैनिंग दसदी ਇਹ ਤਾਂ ਕਰਮਾ ਮਾਰੀ ਜਨਮ ਲੈਣ ਤੋਂ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਹੀ ਕਿਉਂ ਕੁੱਖ ਵਿੱਚ ਮਾਰੀ ਜਾਵੇ ਵਿਚਾਰੀ ਅੱਜ ਦੀਆਂ ਕੁੜੀਆਂ ਦੀ ਦੁਨੀਆ ਤੇ ਸਰਦਾਰੀ ਅੱਜ ਦੀਆਂ ਕੁੜੀਆਂ ਦੀ ਦੁਨੀਆ ਤੇ ਸਰਦਾਰੀ
Wonderful, wonderful. It was nice interacting with you. Your interview is over. You may go now.
Thank you, sir.
Come in. Sit down, Gourav.
Thank you, sir.
Which attempt is this for you, Gourav?
So this is my third attempt.
Third attempt and first interview.
First interview.
Okay. How have you done in the mains?
I think it was better than last year, sir.
Okay, okay. Last year also we opted Anthro only.
Yes, sir.
Okay. How was your experience today with us?
I guess it went really well.
Indeed, it went really well. We are quite impressed with your qualities of head and heart both.
Thank you.
So it was a very good performance from your side. So nothing much to tell you. You will be doing very good in the personality test. You see, as I tell every candidate, I am repeating the same, it is the test of your personality, not the test of your knowledge per se.
Yes.
So certain traits of a prospective bureaucrat is seen while asking questions.
Yes.
And those traits are very important in making a good bureaucrat out of a candidate. Okay. So the first is your constructive thoughts. Whatever thoughts you share with us need to be constructive, and we found that whatever questions we asked you were quite positive. That is what is well informed, positive both. So you have that quality of giving constructive thoughts. Second is fresh and unique ideas. Suppose any question is like Indo-Canadian and all that, some ideas you can think of. I mean, because you are not a part of the government today, so you are, as a citizen of the country, you should explain or express your opinion quite freely and frankly. So there I expected certain new ideas, certain coming from you, out of the box thinking as you call it. Whenever you come across such a situation, don't try to be circumspect, isn't it? Go for it. Right. That is important. Honesty of purpose, personal integrity, it was there all through. It reflected of your honesty of purpose. Wherever you knew, you spoke well, and it appeared to the board that you had a knowledge of the subject. And wherever you didn't know, you said clearly that I don't know. That is how it should be.
Thank you.
So that is important. Then your normal and natural personality. The personality should be very normal. Whatever you speak should come out very naturally from you. So communication skill is excellent. The ideas which you wanted to express, you could express your ideas freely. No problem. So communication skill is very good. Positive body language. Another trait is positive body language. You have a positive body language and a radiance on your face. That is what is important. So when you go for the interview, make sure that you maintain high energy level, a smile on face, and a positive body language. That is what is important.
Thank you, sir.
Then you should stay calm, composed, isn't it? Which you really did. So all those qualities are there in abundance, and you could speak clearly, confidently. What happens that day, don't bother about that. Don't brood over uncertainties. Do your best and try to give your best. You will be getting very good marks in the interview. We have no doubt in our mind.
Thank you, sir.
Your non-verbal communications also are very good. When you entered as a confident person. You took permission before you sat. Your body language, I said, is very positive. Dress, you will be wearing this dress only.
So the shirt will be lightish blue, sir. Rest is
But it goes well with your personality, no issues. So nothing to worry about. Why are you wearing this?
So mother said to me.
So if you continue to wear this, I don't know whether they will allow you or not. I don't know. Then be prepared to answer this. Are you a fatalist? Do you believe in fate and all that? Such kind of questions you should be prepared to face, isn't it? So I wish you all the best. Do you have any specific questions to ask? Feel free to ask.
So I have just one question, that I have been selected in state services. Anyhow, should I mention it if the board asks?
This is an achievement. Why should you not mention it?
I'll be getting the post of Naib Tahsildar.
Go for it. But then prepare yourself for facing counter questions on the role of a Naib Tahsildar. That you prepare. When is your interview?
The 4th of January.
4th. So still few days are there.
1 week is there.
1 week is there.
Yes.
So Naib Tahsildar, पढ़ लो ठीक से. You will understand what exactly it is. And it is an achievement. It's a feather to your cap. You should, if the board asks you, please mention. Do mention it. Okay. All the best.
Thank you, sir.